Now I had to say, hold up, wait a minute. Cause I got Rickey's book and it didn't mention nothing like that. Child. Earlier today, I woke up out of my sleep and I was bored, so I thought I'd cruise the streets of YouTube. And while I was cruising, there was Tasha K's live stream available to rewatch. So I thought, I just ain't really into her. I don't watch her like I used to. But I thought, what the hey, so I clicked on it. And I was listening to it, and some of the things to me didn't sound true, and some of the people that she was doing commentary on, I didn't know them. She mentioned the brat marrying BB Judy, and she was making accusations against the brat for reasons that she's saying that brat married Judy, and I was like, I don't believe that. Okay, here she go again, making up lies. Then right before she was getting ready to break to let her sponsored commercials play, she mentioned Rickey Smiley, and she alleged that Rickey Smiley is gay. And I say, what? Hold up, wait a minute. Let me see what's going on. I might want to hear this. So let me just play to y'all what Tasha K said. Let me find it.
Rickey better not motherfucking come at me before I had a transgender that he's supposedly sleeping with on this show out there in Dallas. Okay? He's supposedly tricking off of transgenders. We'll be back for the Rickey Smiley morning show. It's 9 a.m. It's 9 a.m. It's 9 a.m. and right before 30 minutes before the hour, and we'll be right back after the break. Rickey, bring your ass up. We're back. It's the Rickey Smiley morning show. Coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia. Gary with the T, what type of tea you got? Well, Gary, I'm going to relate to Tasha K, because Tasha K spilled that wine. That's the reason why Rickey Smiley ain't been seen with no woman in years, okay? In years. Because supposedly he's only seen with them in hotel rooms. With wigs on. Moving on.
My antennas did go up because that was kind of something that kind of nudged the back of my mind at times, because I am a huge fan of Rickey Smiley. I listen to the Rickey Smiley show every morning getting ready to go to work, and I just like Rickey Smiley because he seems like a genuine person. He seems like a giving person. I believe that he gives a lot. I think that he does a lot of charity work. And I just think that he doesn't speak on a lot of it, but he just seems like a really, good person, a giving person. So when she said Rickey Smiley gay, I said, it just made me think of those nudges in the back of my mind. Because sometimes when I'm listening to Rickey Smiley show in the morning, I'll be like, that seems kind of suspect. Some things that he say, like some things that he says, and then how he says it, it kind of makes me wonder, like, in the back of my mind. But if he is, there's nothing wrong with it. That's his personal business. That's his personal choice, if that is in fact the case. Which those thoughts did kind of, come up in the back of my mind. So sometimes when he is talking on his morning show, I'll be like, particularly when like a man is calling in the show, like Pastor Freddie Haynes, he does the inspirational word in the morning. And usually when Pastor Haynes is getting ready to, sign off, Rickey Smiley will tell him, to shout out where people can find him on social media and all that stuff. And he does that then. Then right before he signs off, Rickey will say, I love you, Pastor. Then, he'll say, oh, love you too, Rickey. So I was like, but I kind of dismissed that because, most people, men or women, do reverence their pastors or spiritual leaders in their lives, and they will tell them, I love you. But I noticed a couple of more times when men would be calling in or talking on the radio station, before they sign off, he would say, I love you. And I think he did it one time to the doctor that calls in the morning, MJ Collier. MJ Collier is a doctor that calls in to the show, I believe twice a week, and he gives medical advice. He gives updates on, the Rona. And one time he was getting ready to sign off, and Rickey told him, I love you. And I think it kind of caught the doctor off guard, because you could kind of tell he hesitated to say it back, but he said it anyway. And I was like, Rickey needs to stop telling them men that's calling into the show that he loved them, because that don't sound right. I mean, even though there's nothing wrong with him, loving somebody, we should all love everybody, but it just kind of didn't sound right, I guess. I don't know. But I didn't think that was nothing of him being gay or anything like that. I just thought Rickey might not ought to do that, because some men feel uncomfortable when another man is telling them, I love you. But then I noticed when women would call into the show. And when a woman is on there doing commentary on whatever subject, when he asked her to give her social media platform or where people can find her, and as she's getting ready to sign off, Rickey never tells a woman, I love you, like he does the men. And I was like, And I just kind of thought to myself, how come when the men are getting ready to sign off, he says, I love you, but he doesn't say it to the women? But I kind of choked it up as to, okay, well, maybe he doesn't want the women to feel like, he's trying to come at him, romantically or, whatever. So I was like, so, okay, maybe that's why he don't say it to women. He just says it to the men. So I dismissed that, but, that was another thought in the back of my mind. And I also support Rickey's YouTube channel. I always watch his videos when they come up on the feed. And sometimes he posts videos of him on stage at the Improv or something like that. And I notice him with the microphone. And sometimes when he has the microphone in one hand, he'll have that other hand down like this. That might be being a little petty, but I just thought, Rickey, put that hand down. Why has he got his hand like this? So I kind of chalked that up as to me, just being critical and petty. Let the man put his hand how he want to put his hand, if he want to put his hand like this. So there's just been those nudges in the back of my mind that I just dismissed, because, it's Rickey Smiley. It's his life. If he wants to be gay or if he is gay, that's his life. That's his personal business. But to me, I look at Rickey as like a person that I can hang out with and have fun with, because he does seem like he does a lot of things, that are fun with his friends or whatever. So he seems like a fun person to hang out with, but to me, I never look at him as a person that I would like romantically, because I don't get that kind of vibe from him. Not that I didn't think he didn't like women, because I know he has children and he's been married before. So it's not that I thought he was gay. It's just, I just thought to myself that, he wasn't a man that I would be attracted to, in that way. And I believe that Rickey and Gary are real good friends. I've heard him say that, him and Gary go way back. And Gary is openly gay. And even with him and Gary being real good friends, the fact that they're good friends, that didn't bother me. That was not a nudge in the back of my mind. It was just other little small things that, like, when he says it, I just be like, Or I would just think, that sound kind of gay. Anytime a man comes to me that acts interested in me, and if we start conversating and he tells me that, oh, my frat brothers, or he's in a frat group, or if he says something like a stepping group, I relate that as to being bisexual for some reason on the DL. I will automatically assume in my head that that man is bisexual. Someone that's very close to me, which is a man, told me that when he went away to college and joined one of those fraternity groups, that's when he was kind of turned out. He told me that it was one of his frat brothers that approached him, sexually, and made that advance towards him. And he said he kind of wrestled with it at first, but he eventually decided to dip and try it. And for a while, he said he was bisexual after that. And now he's just openly gay. He's no longer bisexual. But he told me that the first thought or experience of it was when he went away to college and got into the fraternity group. And he was also one of those steppers. So that has to be why when I hear a man say that he's in one of those groups, I automatically relate that as to being on the DL, bisexual, or gay. That's just me. I know that all men that are in those type of groups are not gay, but just for that particular reason, I relate it that way, and I refuse to get involved with a man that tells me he's been in a fraternity or in a step group, and that's just, it is what it is. So that might have been another nudge in the back of my head when it comes to Rickey Smiley, because when I hear him say that he was in one of those groups, or he'll say everybody from Phi Phi, well, I don't know the name of them damn groups, he'll say call in and call out your group or whatever. And plus, I never been to college, so that has never been something that interests me or appealed to me. And I know Rickey does female impersonations. He does the church lady, or Sister Bernice. Is the church lady and Miss Bernice the same person? I know he does the church lady and Sister Bernice. Is the church lady and Bernice the same person? I think maybe they are. But he disguises his voice sometimes in the morning as Sister Bernice. He does church announcements. So I know he does female impersonations. And that was never a trigger to me either. You know, that didn't make me question his sexuality in any way. So as I'm talking and saying this stuff, it's almost like just little small things would make me question it in the back of my mind. Not the things that seem like blatant, the things that most people would, you know, assume a person is gay, you know, off of. So that's just kind of weird. I don't know why it's that way with me, but like I said, if he is gay, I don't care. That's Rickey's personal business. I am still a huge fan of Rickey. I will still support him, gay or straight, but if he is, I don't see why he would be afraid to come out, because I mean, being gay is accepted now more than any other time in history. So if he is gay, I would hope that he would feel comfortable enough, you know, just to live in his truth, if that's what his truth is. I don't think people will stop supporting him, because a lot of people love Rickey, and I'm one of those people. I wouldn't stop liking him as a person. I wouldn't stop listening to the show. Like I said, I have Rickey's book, and it's ironically titled Stand in Your Truth and Then Run for Your Life. Oh, that title, Stand in Your Truth. So I don't know if Rickey's truth is gay or straight, but it does not matter to me. When I heard Tasha K mention that, it just, like I said, my antennas went up. And so if my antennas went up, I'm wondering if anybody else's antennas went up. Rickey, come on out. Just come on out. If you gay, we don't care. Gay or straight, we gonna support you anyway. Come on out there, close in. You can't hide. Come on out there, close in.